going to give you guys a real example of two brothers that we dealt with. Now, the reason why I bring this story up is I just want you guys to see the potential of what could happen for you guys. This is a real example. Two brothers that bought into a high-rise downtown Fort Myers in a place called High Point. And we basically did tenant placement. So we didn't do full-on management for these two brothers. We did tenant placement. I'm going to show you guys the math from beginning to end in terms of when we first took their properties for rent to basically their exit strategy 7 years later. Now we're going to talk more detail in terms of marketing, but these two brothers came off of a mail campaign that we were running to absentee owners in the downtown Fort Myers market, pretty much the condo market downtown, and we got a call from one of the brothers. They were both utilizing another company and decided that they were very dissatisfied with the services that they were providing. So one of the brothers signed up with us immediately. The other brother, we had his properties for 6 years, or just his one property for 6 years. The other property brother, we had his property for 7 years. It was two brothers and two condos, and that's it. So two doors, two brothers, and I'm going to show you guys the math right now. Now, as mentioned, we did tenant placement. So again, this is not property management. It was tenant placement because at the time we did not hold escrow. So I'm showing you guys just the math on tenant placement alone. So brother number one, we had for a full 7 years. So this is the income that we made off of tenant placement. So the tenant placement, how it works is basically we would charge 1 month's rent, and then if toward the expiration of the lease, we would reach out to the tenant. If they re-sign for another year, then we would charge the landlord a half month's rent to basically do certain tasks. The first brother, the first year we made $1,750 off, because that's how much he was renting it at the time, $1,750. Did a half month's rent on year 2. Did a full month's rent because this tenant eventually moved out on year 3, so we had to get a new tenant. Rents went up, so we got them at $1,850. Half months, full months, half months. Brother number 2, he was only in the program for 6 years because he had a tenant on year number 1. So year number 2, we got him at $1,925. So full year, half, because this tenant stayed for 4 years, and then a full year in the final year. At the end of 7 years, both brothers decided that they did want to sell the property. So at the end of 7 years, both brothers decided to sell their property. So before we get into that, I want to show you the math. So on brother number 2, the math over 7 years to us was almost $9,000, and same thing with brother 1. So both brothers equated over a 7-year period to about $18,000. Now, both of them, we listed and sold their properties. We got 3% commission on the buy side or on the listing side. Brother number 2 was $14,250 on the sale of that one. Brother number 1 sold for a little bit less. It was $12,600. Now, brother number 1, with all the rental income as well as the commission on the sale, it equates to $21,775. Brother number 2, on all the rental income as well as the commission sale, equated to $23,150. Both brothers equated to $44,925 in this scenario of leasing the properties for 7 years, and then finally at their exit strategy, when the market rebounded, we sold both properties. Both properties, after doing all of that, equated to almost $45,000. Now, I wanted to go through this real life example to show you the potential. We're going to want to make sure that we're doing things strategically to ensure that you guys are capitalizing on every opportunity possible. Again, this is not just leasing properties for investors. We want to make sure that we're helping to grow their portfolio, and when they need to have an exit strategy, we are the people that are going to be listing their properties for sale.